What should I make this week's video on? I don't know. Oh, maybe something like, hey, what's up?
Who the hell are you?
My name's Irene.
Okay, so your name's Irene and I'm not getting any other context. Alright, sounds good.
Let's make a video on Dinosaur National Monument. I'll help you out.
I don't know. I don't really know you, or where you came from, or who decided to name you Irene because you're a dinosaur.
Whatever. So Dinosaur National Monument, located in Utah, is a land full of history. From the bones of dinosaurs millions of years ago to the drawings of early humans, the land tells quite a story. Of course, Dinosaur is most known for the dinosaurs there, specifically from the Jurassic period, between 150 to 200 million years ago. The way the land changed over time created a perfect condition for preserving fossils. So much so that visitors to the park today can actually see a massive wall of fossils embedded in the mountainside. These fossils remain where they were deposited millions of years ago. Because of the way they're preserved in the ground, we're able to take a look at them in the ground exactly where they were found, just like the paleontologists did decades ago. Well, that's pretty cool, but can we talk about dinosaurs now? Well, we will talk about dinosaurs in just a minute, but not quite yet because I'd like to talk about this exhibit hall. Did you know you can listen to dinosaur noises on Google? Okay, that's great, but this exhibit hall... Check this out. You just search the name of the dinosaur, and then you get to listen to it. Look, this one's a brontosaurus. Okay, let's talk about dinosaurs then. For anyone who does care, the exhibit that I was just talking about is called the Quarry Exhibit Hall, and it has over 1,500 dinosaur bones on display. Irene! Our very first of the 6 dinosaurs we're going to talk about today is called the Apatosaurus. These dinosaurs were giants, the heaviest that we're going to cover today. They could weigh up to 30 tons, which is around 60,000 pounds. For some perspective, that is more than the weight of a completely full garbage truck. The name Apatosaurus translates to deceptive lizard, which is an interesting name to say the least. You're telling me I knew an Apatosaurus back in the day who was a con man through and through, nearly took every tree leaf I'd ever saved for myself. Okay, well, as tragic as that is, the Apatosaurus was actually not named because he was a con man. As a matter of fact, the Apatosaurus was named Deceptive Lizard because its bones were particularly difficult to identify by paleontologists. In fact, we can see the effects of this struggle still today because there's been an ongoing debate as to whether or not the Apatosaurus and the Brontosaurus are actually really just the same dinosaur. Interestingly, the name Brontosaurus means thunder lizard, which is a pretty sick name if you ask me. And because of that, I kind of feel like the Apatosaurus got the short end of the stick here. Anyway, the only Apatosaurus skull that has ever been found, like ever, was found, guess where? At Dinosaur National Monument. That's pretty cool if you ask me. Our second dinosaur today is the Diplodocus. Diplodocus? Diplodocus, that's right! This dinosaur is interesting because he's actually way longer than the Apatosaurus, but only about half its weight. While the Apatosaurus can grow up to around 70 feet long, the Diplodocus can stand up to 92 feet in length. That's just under the length of a Boeing 737-500 airplane, which is rather large. Dinosaur National Monument has been a gold mine for the Diplodocus as well, as over 3 full intact skeletons have been found there. Now that's pretty cool, but now let's talk about some carnivores. 2 that Dinosaur National Monument is incredibly famous for are the Allosaurus and the Ceratosaurus. Irene, where did you go? The Allosaurus had sharp teeth and hook-shaped claws, making it a fierce and terrifying hunter. In fact, some websites were kind enough to offer a description of how the Allosaurus may have hunted, and, well, they were kind of terrifying, so we're just not going to go into that right now. The name Allosaurus means different reptile, which, quite honestly, doesn't seem like the nicest name. I mean, some animals get thunder lizard, which is just awesome, but different reptile? Like, I feel like that's kind of unfair. In all seriousness though, the names of each dinosaur is actually meant to tell us something about it, and that is definitely the case for the Ceratosaurus, the fourth dinosaur and the second carnivore that we're going to talk about today. Ceratosaurus means horned lizard, and as you can probably guess, the dinosaur was named for its horns. The Ceratosaurus has a characteristic horn on the edge of its nose, and this horn made him the only known meat-eating dinosaur with a horn from the Jurassic period. The Ceratosaurus seems to be a pretty rare find too, so it's pretty awesome that we see it at Dinosaur National Monument. Next, let's talk about a dinosaur that has been a personal favorite for many museum goers for many years. Its name means roofed lizard, and it was an herbivore that had unique plates running down its back. And today, it has been the subject of copious amounts of dinosaur merchandise worldwide. This is the Stegosaurus. The exact function of its plates is unknown, but we have a few theories. One theory is that the plates played a key role in temperature regulation. Another is that they served as a form of protection. But my favorite theory is that they were less functional and more of a chic look made to attract mates, kind of like the feathers of a peacock. What's interesting to know about these plates is that they weren't actually attached to the dinosaur's skeleton. Instead, they were embedded in the skin. Because of this, when we find the fossils of a Stegosaurus, there are usually plates missing, or ones that have moved to an entirely different location. My personal favorite fact about the Stegosaurus is that it had massive spikes on the end of its tail. And while we don't know the function of its plates, we do know the function of these spikes. They were used for self-defense, which, if you ask me, is pretty darn cool. I mean, imagine having a mace attached to the end of your tail. Last but not least for today is the Camarasaurus. This is the most common dinosaur in the quarry, but it has some pretty unique features. Its name means chambered lizard because its vertebrae had chambers, or holes, that made it almost hollow. We think that these hollowed out vertebrae served to lighten the load, so to speak. The Camarasaurus could grow taller than both the Diplodocus and the Apatosaurus, so having hollow vertebrae may have helped reduce the weight and strain on its incredibly long neck. And there you go, 6 dinosaurs that lived at Dinosaur National Monument. If you like this video, wait, can I do the outro? Yeah, I mean, I guess. Just like this, just hold you like this? Okay, cool. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button to help the video reach more people. And go ahead and subscribe so that you can keep learning about the science and wonder behind our parks. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going back to the Jurassic period. How was that? That was good. That was good. I mean, usually I say thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one, but the Jurassic period works too. Actually, can I come? That sounds pretty cool. Yeah?